Australia's leading sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
swimming, basketball,
netball
and athletics,
you'll see this logo.
It's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
And you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence.
Real Guys, Real Sport, Bar TV.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Yep.
Beautiful.
You're just gonna have to plug your own fucking audio.
Yep.
Just the drill, adjust it to get it.
Yep.
It's recording.
So we're underway here. Merewether High taking on Great Lakes College in the semi-finals of the CHS competition here at Adamstown Oval this afternoon. I'll go through the team lineups in just a sec. And Great Lakes College with a throw on this near side, running from left to right of screen. Merewether from right to left today at the home of Adamstown Rosebuds. Ball across the ground up from Graham, looking over there for Tom Sooters down the right-hand side from Merewether. It's going to be a throw going the way of Nithyanathan over there from Merewether. Down the line, Faze with a little flick to Wooten. Turning in the box. Great Lakes come away with it now. Bringing it over to the right-hand side. Tom Sooters down the line for Jack Harden. Looks to the middle. Faze looking for Wooten with the header, but it runs back to Flower for Great Lakes College. Up the line now. Challenge from Graham. Graham squares now to Faze. Turned over again and Great Lakes College away, but Merewether really controlling possession over the opening part of this one. Harden again down the line. Back to Templey. Fayers back to Graham. Gordon Ferguson on the ball. Back in the Merewether side. Here's Chris Fayers with the shot and offside against him first up there. And a goal kick. It's going to be a free kick, I should say, to McBride in goals today for Great Lakes College. Back over the sideline, another throw over there for Nithyanathan. Number 12 for Merewether, down the line now for Wooten. And another throw going the way of the home side here. Got a big win in their last match against Toronto High, 8-0, and a 9-1 win in the match before. And previously knocked over Glendale, 6-0 before that. So they've had some big victories. It's definitely going to be a bit tougher today against Great Lakes. This is Templey going back. Plays for Hamilton Olympic currently. So he turns on the ball nicely, Joe Templey. Looks across to Sooters, but it goes to Harden. Harden looking back. It's been turned over to Great Lakes. Ball back post. Bit of miscommunication between Fox and Nithyanathan, but goes over the byline in the end, and it's going to be a goal kick for Dominic Fox in the Merewether goals today. Playing his football for South Cardiff in their under-22s. Sooters now down the line. Good challenge in the end from Camilleri. Harden down the line for Merewether. Back to Sooters. Still with Tom Sooters. Harden controls it nicely. A little bit of a foul there against Great Lakes College. And rain now starting just to come steadily down across the ground. This afternoon now, just ticked over past midday. And Brendan Frost with the free kick. Scored one from closer range in the last round against Toronto. Now for Fayers, looking across to Harden. Harden turning and looking back for Chris Fayers. Plays his junior football with Edgeworth in the under-22s competition. The NPL youth. Edgeworth having a good season this year in the first grade competition. Cross down the line, Camilleri now. He's got some space. Looks down the line, but Temple gets his head there. Sullivan up the middle of the ground. Challenge there from Ferguson as well as Mooney from Great Lakes there. Graham, and cleared away at the back there by Flower. Nithyanathan just knocking one over the top, looking for Ferguson, who is very, very quick down that right-hand side. Played back for Great Lakes before they turn it over again. Fayers. Graham back to Fayers. And clearance over the sideline from Chipperfield. And another throw for Merewether. So most of the ball down the Merewether attacking end for the opening part of this first half. Almost 6 minutes gone, and it's 0-0 here on Bar TV. Merewether High and Great Lakes College in the semi-finals of the CHS knockout competition. The winner of this will go into the final 16 teams of the state. Top two sides from the Hunter region go into that competition. I believe it's Lambton High at the other end of the competition that you'd expect to go through. Good defence over there in the end from Bindon from Great Lakes. And he's done well. A goal kick is the result. Back for Temple. He looks back for Dominic Fox. Over halfway. Up for the head. Won by Great Lakes. Sullivan getting in there. Now played down the line. Temple with the clearance. Over the sideline down towards us. And a throw will go the way of Great Lakes. So a chance for them to build some pressure here. Down Merewether's end for first time in this one. Sooters with the header away. Up went Camilleri, didn't quite get it, but it's now back with Carmody. Turned over now to Wooten. Looking for Gordon Ferguson, it didn't quite get to him. Two number threes over there. Chipperfield and Ferguson going at it, but Chipperfield does well. Back from Carmody and now across to Bindon on this right-hand side. He looks for Camilleri. Still with Camilleri going back. His ball is intercepted by Frost. Now for Fayers. Across the ground, Chris Fayers. Evades a tackle from Chipperfield, Chris Fayers. He's done well. He decides to pull the trigger. Chipperfield does well on the block. And Gordon Ferguson will let it trickle over the sideline on the far side. A throw for Merewether High. And now he goes into Graham. And it's going to be the first corner of the afternoon going Merewether's way. Over on that far side of the ground. No shots as of yet from both sides. Here comes Frost on his left foot. Looking for Wooten. He got a touch on it. James Wooten trying to pull it back towards the goals. Goes over the byline. And it's going to be another corner. It's come off a Great Lakes play, the referee said. So Brendan Frost is going to get another chance. Merewether, second corner of the afternoon. Whips it in again. Not one of his best, and it's headed away there by Kianov. Fayez. Now for Frost, turning down the line. Evades the challenge of Mooney, and in the end it will run over the byline, and goal kick for McBride in goals for Great Lakes. Graham now looking for Gordon Ferguson again. Squares it back for Alex Graham again. Sullivan. Looking for Gordon Ferguson down that right side. He's done a lot of running this afternoon, Ferguson. And knocked back over the sideline. Throw for Nithyanathan. Goes quickly now to Graham. And a throw to Great Lakes. Flex over the byline, so Dominic Fox with the goal kick now. Just over 10 minutes gone. It's Merewether High 0, Great Lakes College 0. 35-minute halves in this competition. Dominic Fox, said before, the South Cardiff under-22 goalkeeper. Back to Sullivan. Just knocks it over the sideline. And looks like we've got an injury over there for Merewether. Can have a substitution made. It's Alex Graham who's limping over the far side of the ground, just in picture now. Now it's with Fayez. Turning on the ball, Chris Fayez. Looks down the line for Gordon Ferguson, and Gordon Ferguson is away down the right-hand side for Merewether. He's got Jack Harden coming in to the middle. Chipperfield's there. He hits a shot, gets through the keeper's hands. Harden keeps it in, and it runs down. He's in a little bit of a battle with Bindon, but Harden does well into the 18, and it's going to be another corner for Merewether High. Ball in, here's the header. Back stick Temple, it goes over. And there will be a goal kick. Yeah, that's sat on screen now. There's a come off the side of his foot, and Bindon runs down. Tries to keep it in, but he's knocked that one over the sideline. So a throw going the way of Tom Souters from Merewether High. Corner's 3-0 at the moment in favour of Merewether. Free kick goes the way of Great Lakes. Down towards Temple, and now another free kick this time. Going the way of the home side. Temple's going to play it quickly onto the left for Tom Souters down the left-hand side. Does well, Tom Souters, now with Harden. Back to Souters down the left-hand side. He's got James Wooten and Faze in the middle, but there's red shirts all around him. And he's going to win Merewether another corner. dominating the corners this afternoon, Merewether. Great Lakes with all but one in the box. Here goes near stick, well headed in the end. Sullivan decides to have a long-range shot, and Jake Sullivan has scored for Merewether High. Well, what a hit that was from the edge of the 18, and Merewether lead by 1-0. So Carmody back towards Flower and across to the left now for Chipperfield. Great Lakes with a bit of work to do now. They've had the pressure on them from the corners. 4-0 in favour of Merewether in that department. As now there's some space for Carmody. He's got Camilleri on the right-hand side. His control just eludes him a little bit, but he keeps it in nicely. Gets around Sooters. Nice move there. He's got men in the middle. Camilleri just overhits the cross, and it'll run down over the byline, and another goal kick for Merewether High. So Fox now away to Templey. Down the line for Sooters. Back again to Templey. Bit of pressure from Great Lakes. Does well there, does Richardson. And Richardson now into the 18. Bump from Frost. Runs down and over the byline. And that's going to be a goal kick for Dominic Fox. Ball now with Harden. On the inside, but it's been turned over. Great Lakes College back to Bindon. And he plays it all the way back to McBride in goals. Nithyanathan controls off the head. Fayers now. Chipping one over the top. Gordon Ferguson after it. And McBride takes it easily in the 18. They led 2-0 at halftime in their last game, Merewether, over Toronto. In the end, a second half with 6 goals. They won the game 8-0. So it'll be interesting to see what the score is today at halftime and see how they do perform in the second half. Their second halves have been wonderful so far in the competition, Merewether. But it's semi-finals action from the CHS State Knockout Competition. Merewether High and Great Lakes College here on Bar TV. Just over halfway now gone in the first half. The home side, Merewether, leading 1-0 at Adamstown Oval. Home of the Adamstown Rosebuds, who had a good win on the weekend over Western, 2-1, up at Bear Park. Always a tough place to go, but back to Frost now. Goes to Nithyanathan on the right, down the line for Ferguson. Gordon Ferguson. Great Lakes really swarming Merewether players when they do have the ball. Here's Fayers looking for Wooten. Chipperfield gets back and tries to knock it over the sideline. Ferguson kept it in. And his cross has gone straight over the byline. And we're going to have another goal kick for McBride in goals. And a change for Merewether. It's Tom Davies who's coming on, and it's going to be Gordon Ferguson who comes off the ground. And Great Lakes also making a change. Gutherson coming on for them. It's now Wooten on the ball, James Wooten. Seen him score from out here in the match against Glendale. There's now Beasley looking over there towards Davies. It's gone over the sideline. Throw goes the way of Great Lakes. Rain early on in the game, but sort of gone away of late. Just a light little sprinkle. Probably good for the pitch. A little bit of water. It's the throw down the line. Great Lakes have been down the attacking end a little bit, not as much as what they would like. There's Nithianathan now. He's got plenty of space. No one coming to him. He plays it to Wooten. James Wooten, he's got Harden on the inside. Runs over the top of Flower. Now he plays it back to Davies. Nithianathan looking back for Davies. James Wooten still on the ball. Plays back for Frost. It's been intercepted over there by Carmody, and the free kick goes the way of Great Lakes College. And the whippersnippers started up in the background. So a free kick taken here by Great Lakes College. Back now for Flower. Down the line. Knocked back towards Bindon. Down the line again. And runs down and over the sideline. As now with Chris Fayers. Goes across now to Davies. It's all happening this afternoon at Adamstown Oval. Across the ground now for Nash. Played down the line looking for Mooney. He's not going to get to it in the end. It runs over the sideline. Nithianathan, another throw for Merewether. So just over 21 gone. It's Merewether High at 1. Great Lakes College 0. Semi-finals of the CHS knockout competition. Beasley now on the ball. Goes back for Sullivan. Knocked back over the sideline. And a throw for Merewether. They're going to run back over the hill. So in now. We've got another substitution. It's going to be Brock Torrance, who's going to come onto the ground for the home side. And it's going to be James Wooten, number 9, who's going to come off for Merewether.
Ben, have a listen. Check 1, 2.
Now for Fayes. Goes for Davies down the line.
Turn channel 2 down. Actually, let's turn it back up.
So Brendan Frost, another corner for Merewether on the far side. He whips it in. Templey almost getting ahead on it. And it's gone over the byline. Another corner kick for Merewether. Their 6th corner of the afternoon in the opening 23. It's put in. Well headed away. Got good height, did Flower. But it only runs as far as Davies. Great Lakes sitting back very deep. A lot of their players. Frost putting it in again. Harden on the shot. Just wide from Jack Harden. And a goal kick for Great Lakes. McBride up towards halfway. Knocked on nicely towards Richardson. Richardson after it again. And over the sideline. Great Lakes into the attacking half again. They 2 fouls each in the opening 24. And the corners side of things, Merewether dominant. We're speaking to Jack after half time.
We're still on.
And it's going to be a throw going Merewether's way. Just had a little technical issue. It's all sorted. Now it's turned Harden. Jack Harden and Chris Faze both there for Merewether. Still with Harden. And the free kick goes Merewether's way. Good position here for Brendan Frost on his left foot. Saw him score from a little bit more of an angle around to the right-hand side in the last game. So we'll see what he can do this time. Templey also there. Keeper ready here, Brendan Frost on his left foot. He hits it low, he hits it hard. Keeper saved it into the post. And he does well. Very, very well over there, the keeper, to keep that one from going in. So Great Lakes on the counter now, down the left-hand side through Mooney. Mooney gets away from Frost nicely. Now he tries to put it into the middle. I've had some promising attacking raids, Great Lakes. Just haven't been able to finish any of them off and put that finishing touch on. But Merewether only up by 1-0, even though they've dominated the field position. But here goes Fayers again, looking for Jack Harden. The speed of Gutherson is too much for Harden, and he can't get there before Gutherson has got back and diffused the situation. His clearance hit Harden and over the sideline. And it's going to be a throw for Bindon. Goes down the line. Frost. Now for Harden. Chipping one over the top for Fayers. Chipperfield got the head there. Frost now going inside. Goes down. No foul from the referee. Ball across. Brock Torrance now. Goes for Davies. Back for Nithyanathan. And free kick to Great Lakes. Referee not happy with the advantage. And down on that far side of the ground, just over halfway. Just on their own side of halfway, Great Lakes. Carmody on the ball, looking across to this right-hand side now, turned over by Chapman. Chapman goes back to Bindon now. Looks down the middle of the ground. Goes Carmody again. Chance for Great Lakes here, down the left-hand side of the box. Sullivan does well in the end for Merewether. Runs down towards the sideline. Still with Great Lakes, puts in, back post. Chapman on the header. It's a great header, and Great Lakes level it up. So Chapman with the goal, and it's 1-1 here at Adamstown Oval. They've had limited opportunities, but they finished that one. And they do well, Great Lakes, on that occasion. So just under 7 minutes to go in the first half action here at Adamstown Oval. Torrance goes to Frost. Back now for Nithyanathan. So after dominating the opening 25 minutes or so, Great Lakes have done well to get back into this one. 1-1. Torrance going in. So away again down the left-hand side. Great Lakes again. Chapman's coming in towards the middle of the box. Knocked over the sideline well. And it's going to be a throw going the way of the visitors. Throw back for Camilleri. Does well to control and back towards Gutherson. This ball down the line. Runs away and goal kick for Merewether. Almost inside the final 5 minutes of the first half. Just 35-minute halves in this competition. The winner of this one to go to the last 16 in the state. Sullivan up for the head, gives away the free kick. Decent position for Great Lakes. And it's going to be Carmody who's going to take this one. Chipping one over the top, Sullivan does well. Knocks it away now for Davies, back for Fayers. So we'll see if Merewether can counter here. Looks for Brendan Frost. He gets away from his man. Frost trying to cut inside, and well done at the back from Chipperfield to stop Frost getting around him. Good chance for Merewether and goes over the sideline. Last couple of matches, Merewether's dominance at halftime hasn't been reflected on the scoreboard, and today the same thing is apparent. Last week, a 2-0 lead at halftime. We've got a yellow card to Brock Torrance. Free kick from Flower down the middle. And now it's turned with Beasley back to Fayers. And now over towards Nithianathan, puts it down the line, looking for Wooten. Kept in over there nicely by Great Lakes. Runs down towards Sullivan. Up the line. Runs towards Frost. There's plenty of space on this far side of the ground. Knocks it over the top. Keeper comes out a little bit too heavy, and Great Lakes survived that little chance from Merewether. Throw for the home side now. Tom Sooters on this near side. Only the one shot for Great Lakes this afternoon, resulting in the goal for Chapman, the 28th. Jake Sullivan, the goal for Merewether High. After corner deflected outside the 18, and he thumped a wonderful shot in. Runs back towards Nithianathan. Goes to Templey now. Back to Pearson and back to Fayers. Now for Davies. Now for Frost. Now for Torrance and Davies. Brock Torrance now for Fayers. Wooten on the far side. He's got Beasley down the line. Goes inside towards Torrance. And now Camilleri up over halfway for Great Lakes. He hasn't got much support. Holds it up. He's got Kianov on his left. He's taken down by Sullivan. Free kick to Great Lakes. Yellow card is going to come out for Jake Sullivan. Just coming up to half-time here, so a good chance for Great Lakes to put one in before half-time. So it was Carmody who was taking them before. See who's going to step up this time for Great Lakes. It's knocked in Carmody, back post again. Dominic Fox does well. Takes it nicely. And Frost controlling it up over halfway from the goal kick from Fox. Now down the left-hand side, playing his football in the NPL youth for Lambton Jaffers. Plays it back Fayers. Now for Wooten. Still with James Wooten. Bit of a challenge from Carmody, and Merewether with a free kick right on the stroke of half-time. Chris Fayers is going to step up to take it on his right foot, suiting him on this side. Good angle for the right foot. Just a few seconds left in regulation time in the first half. Don't think there'll be too many stoppages. There goes Fayers. Goes top left corner. Chris Fayers with a wonderful free kick. And Merewether get the lead right on half-time. And that is half-time here in the semi-finals of the CHS competition. Chris Fayers with the goal right on the stroke of half-time here at Adamstown Oval. So we'll take a quick break. Merewether leading Great Lakes College by 2-1.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
Real Guys, Real Sport, Bar TV.
So second half underway. Merewether leading by 2-1 over Great Lakes College in the semi-finals of the state knockout competition. And goal right on the stroke of half-time from Chris Fayers, putting Merewether in front, the home side. Gutherson on the ball for Great Lakes. Played back for Newman. Bindon now for Gutherson. Knocked over towards near side of the park. Nithyanathan, good pressure over there, but it's been turned back over. Here's a shot from Carmody. Going over, and goal kick for Dominic Fox in goals for Merewether this afternoon. As I said earlier, the South Cardiff under-22s goalkeeper. So Fox knocking it up towards halfway. Wooden now, knocking it on to Frost. Still with Frost, turns nicely. Referee playing advantage. Fayers now across to the near side with Wooden. Playing it back square, but Chipperfield does well at the back for Great Lakes. And they come away, but Nithyanathan's stolen it from Gutherson. Plays it square. Frost lets it go to Fayers. Good tackle in the end. From Great Lakes, he's down is Chris Fayers, now with Frost. Getting slowly to his feet. I'll try and counter here quickly, but it's been turned over again. This time, Sullivan playing it to Harden. Harden down the left-hand side, squaring it back towards Frost. Frost controls nicely now with Fayers, and Chris Fayers scores his second, and Merewether lead 3-1. Just 2 minutes into the second half. Great Lakes now down by 2 goals, 2 quick goals either side of halfway to Chris Fayers. Put them down by 3 goals to 1 now, as it's with Newman. Foul goes his way. Merewether committing 6 fouls to just the 3 from Great Lakes. Long free kick straight down the throat of Dominic Fox. Throws it out towards Harden. Controls nicely to Torrance now. Back to Graham. Graham towards Jake Sullivan. Tom Souters down the line for Harden. Back towards the middle, Graham. Doesn't quite get his head to it, and Great Lakes have the ball. First through Nash. It brought all the way back now for Chapman. Graham playing it whack from Harden now to Fayers. Jack Harden down the left side for Merewether. He's got Tom Souters with him. Tom Souters down the left-hand side trying to square it back. Newman does well. Still back with Souters. Back into Frost. And referee gives the goal kick to McBride, and Great Lakes survive that little pressure from Merewether. Camilleri, nice little back heel towards Nash. Looking back post. Header back towards Fox, and he's going to roll it out towards Souters now. The left-hand side down the line. Jack Harden. Brock Torrance now on the ball. Squaring it over towards Graham. Graham now to Nithyanathan. Nithyanathan back to Joe Templey. Nithyanathan again. Down the right-hand side for Merewether. He's got some space. Goes to James Wooden. Torrance again. Still with Brock Torrance down the right for Merewether. Takes on Chapman. It's been turned over, and Newman. Back to Chapman. Now at the middle of the park for Camilleri. Joe Templey does well on the head. Bit of a high bounce. Eludes Carmody on the first, but he gets back and tries to play it away on that right side to Stockdale. Throw for Great Lakes. Newman. Back to Bindon now. Newman now towards Camilleri. Still with Camilleri. Back to Bindon now for Great Lakes. Frost. Good challenge on him. Plays it back on the inside towards Harden. Flower. Now for Camilleri again. Stockdale. Wooden with the header over towards Torrance. Getting up with Flower, he did well. And ball played down the line towards no one, and Sullivan runs down. And knocks it forward towards Sooters. Goes in the end to Harden. Down the line, Jack Harden away down the left-hand side. Flower knocking it over the sideline. It's come off Jack Harden, and throw going the way of the visitors, Great Lakes, this afternoon. Here on Bar TV, just over 7 minutes gone in the second half. Merewether High with a 3-1 lead over Great Lakes College in the semi-finals of the CHS competition. Bindon towards the middle of the ground for Gutherson. Gutherson now turned over by Nash. But again, they get it back. Templey over on this near side. Joe Templey tries to go to ground. In the end, Nash does well, but he nicks it off him. Throw going the way of Merewether. Nithyanathan down on this near side. About to take it. Now for Nash, try to look for Camilleri. Gone over the sideline, so some more opportunities to build some pressure for Great Lakes. Gutherson with the throw. Still with Gutherson. Turned over to Wooten now. James Wooten to Frost. Nice touch. Still with Frost. Looking for Jack Harden over the head of Bindon. Maybe a little bit too heavy. It runs down towards McBride in goals. Harden now towards Frost. Frost playing it towards Brock Torrance. First touch a bit too heavy, and it goes to McBride again in goals. Up over halfway from McBride. Sullivan with the header over the sideline, and Great Lakes with the throw now on the far side. A change for Merewether. It's going to be Tom Davies coming on, and Tom Sooters is going to come from the ground. Great Lakes also a couple of changes. Kianov and Richardson coming onto the ground. Carmody and Gutherson coming to the sideline. Now on the far side with Chris Fayers. Scored the 2 for Merewether today. Now for Brock Torrance. Free kick this time going against James Wooten. And Richardson leaves it. Flower plays it across the ground. Now towards Nash. Back to Richardson. Chipperfield. Ball intercepted by Nithyanathan. Harden will keep it in on that far side. Goes down the sideline. And was just gone over. And a throw again for Great Lakes. So just over 10 gone in the second half. 35-minute halves in the CHS competition. Closer game than those past for Merewether. Big wins in previous round, 6-0 over Glendale, and then in the second round, a 9-1 win over West Wallsend, and then an 8-0 win in their previous round over Toronto in the quarterfinals. Two sides going through to the last 16 of the competition. So the winner of this one will go through to the last 16 in the state. There's the throw from Davies. Pinballed around. Clearance from Chipperfield straight over the sideline. And Merewether down the attacking end. For a little bit of time here. Cleared over towards the middle of the ground. Nithyanathan's the only man over there in the blue shirt for Merewether. Down the line. Harden. Back to Fayers. Squaring it now for Davies. Fayers looking for Nithyanathan on the left. Down the line now for Harden. He's got Wooten and Torrance in the middle. His ball a little bit overhit and Nash keeps it in. Still with Nash for Great Lakes. Goes down the middle of the ground. No red shirts there at all for Great Lakes. Seem to be a more defensive outfit than Merewether Great Lakes. Not pushing up in a lot of numbers, even though they're down by 3-1, but Temperley now down the line. Chapman, and then Richardson, and then Chipperfield across to Stockdale on the right-hand side. Now with Frost looking for Harden down the line. Harden back towards Frost. Middle of the ground. Frost goes down. Free kick to Merewether. Another chance you'd think for Chris Fayers. It's a bit of distance this time. Fair way out compared to his last shot right on half time. Scoring from a similar position, just a little bit closer in towards goal. And here comes Fayers. Knocking it back post. Temperley rises. Joe Temperley with the goal for Merewether. And they lead by 4-1 now. So a couple of goals for the defenders today for Merewether. Jake Sullivan and now Joe Temperley. Chris Fayers with the other two. And we're going to have a substitution for Merewether. Chris Fayers coming off and Gordon Ferguson is going to go on, and Bindon comes off for Great Lakes, and Mooney goes back onto the ground. Newman just trying to knock one over the top, so Great Lakes will have to try and push forward here to try and get back the 3 goals required to level this one up. It's going to be a tough ask. Now with Torrance looking down the line for Ferguson. Looks like it'll beat him over the sideline. It does so, and Great Lakes with the throw. Once again, the second half for Merewether. One of their, where they bring out some of their best form. Mooney now down the right-hand side, trying to play it into the box again. No one in there from Great Lakes, and Dominic Fox will keep it in. Wind down some more time, and Fox will throw it out now towards Temperley on this right-hand side. Adamstown Oval today, Merewether High and Great Lakes High. Yeah, Great Lakes College, I should say, in the semi-finals of the CHS knockout competition. Was 1-1 late in the first half. Goal on half-time to Chris Fayers from the free kick. And now with Mooney down the line for Camilleri. He's got some pressure over there from Nithyanathan. Still with Camilleri. Playing it back now for Stockdale. Scored in the first half for Great Lakes College, and now with Chapman looking for Gordon Ferguson. He's got some speed, Gordon Ferguson. He's got Wooden on the inside. Ferguson hits it. Good save from the keeper, and it'll be a corner kick for Merewether High. Less than 20 to go now in this one with a 4-1 lead. And it's going to be Brendan Frost who's going to run over and take it. Brought in from Frost. Well defended in the end from Great Lakes, and it's Flower away now down the right-hand side for Great Lakes, but they're really not pushing up in too many numbers here, and Merewether easily get back and diffuse the opportunity. Frost now chipping it over the top towards Ferguson again. Chipperfield gets up well and does the job for Great Lakes. He's been good at the back today, Chipperfield. Now for Chapman. Ferguson diving in, doesn't get there in time and comes over onto this near side. Camilleri now keeping it in. Tom Davies with the pressure. A little bit of a back heel. And Merewether clearing it over the sideline. Throw down in that near corner for Camilleri. Back for Chapman now for Camilleri down the left-hand side. Off Temperley and corner going the way of Great Lakes. Goes short to Chapman. And we've got a substitution coming, so they're going to have to retake it. It's going to be Carmody who's going to come back on and Newman who's going to come off for the visitors today. Carmody running back on, so we'll see what they can make of this corner. Great Lakes, Camilleri. Goes back of the 18 towards the back stick. Shot across goal. Kept in by Frost. He goes to Davies. Looking down the line, but it's been turned over. A good challenge there from Chapman. Looks back post towards Stockdale. Frost gets the head to it. And a run down over the sideline. Camilleri. And Frost defends well. Over the side, over the byline, and another goal kick for Dominic Fox. Just over halfway gone in the second half. It's Merewether High 4 leading Great Lakes College 1 here in the semi-finals of the CHS knockout competition. Up over the top, free kick going Merewether's way. Fouls pretty even this afternoon, 7 against Merewether and 6 against Great Lakes. Frost again to take this one. So with Frost across to the far side, Jack Harden goes up. Great Lakes with strong in the air from Mooney. Cross on that far side now for Kianov. Still with Kianov. Frost does well too. Number 6s go together. And they're away through Camilleri now down the right-hand side. He's got Richardson in the middle, but he decides to play it back for Carmody. Back again. Too heavy a touch there from Mooney, and it's away for Torrance now. Back to Carmody. Pressure all around him from Merewether. And free kick goes. Free kick. Oh, a little bit of push and shove out there between Graham as well as Richardson there. See what the referee does in the end. Free kick to Great Lakes. Our referee will see what he's going to do. He's going to call them out and have a little bit of a chat. Alex Graham, the first one to head over to the referee. So that's going to be a yellow card for Alex Graham. And Richardson's going to get one as well for Great Lakes. So Carmody's going to step up and take this one. See what he can do. Try and get Great Lakes back in the game. Less than 15 to go in this one. Referee just finishing writing in his book, and we'll be underway in just a second. Looks like Chris Faze is going to come back on for Merewether, as well as Tom Sooters now in the sideline. There's a free kick from Carmody well over, and a goal kick for Dominic Fox, and substitutions being made. It's going to be Nithiarnathan to come off for Merewether, Tom Sooters to come on, and it's going to be Brendan Frost as well coming from the ground for Merewether. And Chris Faze goes back onto the ground. Dominic Fox up now towards halfway over the top. Ferguson tries to control. Now with Faze over the top. Jack Harden trying to flick it on towards Wootton. Chipperfield clears. And headed away in the end over there by down the line. Stockdale down that right-hand side. Back for Harden now. Now for Torrance. Referee gives the free kick. No advantage for Merewether, and Chris Faze is going to take it, and Beasley's going to come back onto the ground for Merewether again, make another substitution. Brock Torrance is going to come off. Beasley going back on.
Go, Beasley.
So here's Chris Faze with the free kick. Well positioned again. Wootton with the header. Just going wide. And McBride with the goal kick for Great Lakes. Gutherson back to the left again and looking for Richardson. Gordon Ferguson does well and runs over the sideline. Inside towards Chipperfield, offside. Wootton was away, given by the assistant referee. So just over 10 minutes to go here. Semi-final of the CHS competition. Here on Bar TV, it's Merewether High leading Great Lakes College by 4 goals to 1. Harden on the ball now for Merewether, so a chance. See what he can do. Plays it across to Faze. Cutting it back towards the middle. Ferguson was there. Good footing in the end from Mooney. And Mooney's done well over there again. Wins the free kick for his side. Jack Harden with the tackle. Not knowing what he's done wrong. Kianov. Faze. A little bit of shoulder to shoulder. Free kick now goes against Kianov, and another change for Merewether. Tom Davies coming from the ground. And O'Sullivan going on. Jake Sullivan now with the free kick towards the middle of the 18. Sits back for O'Sullivan, tries to knock it back towards Ferguson. Does well, Gordon Ferguson, but he turns it over now. Comes back to Faze towards Jack Harden. Jack Harden now with a shot, and he's scored for Merewether again. And 5-1 the score now with less than 10 minutes to go at Adamstown Oval this afternoon. So plenty of changes in the last few minutes for Merewether High. It's going to be Jake Sullivan coming off and Brendan Frost going on. Looks like he's going to go play at the back, Brendan Frost, at centre back on the left-hand side as it's played now for Kianov, now for Richardson. Still with Richardson. Back towards Mooney. Turns it over. Tom Sooters now towards Beasley. Now to Wooten. He's got Ferguson on this near side with no one around him. He plays it to him now. Gordon Ferguson. Back towards Graham. And Graham playing it all the way back to Joe Templey. Frost now. Down the line with Jack Harden. Doesn't control. And Great Lakes had it, but the clearance away has gone straight to Beasley and back to Sooters. Over the sideline off Mooney, and another throw going the way of Merewether High. Sooters and Harden. Now for Fayers. Cleared away by Flower. Up and over the sideline. Sooters with the throw. Back to Templey now. Frost. Back with Templey. Now for Sooters down the left-hand side. Looking for Harden. Back now to Templey. Harden again. Squaring it up for Fayers. Turned back over now for Gutherson. And over the sideline. Another throw for Merewether. So just applying the pressure over this last part of the second half. Frost at the back now. Squaring it towards Templey. Just trying to control possession. Sooters now. Wooten now. Now with Richardson, tackle from Wooten. Referee gives the free kick against James Wooten, and Great Lakes. Time just ticking away for them in the competition. Take a miracle from here if they were to get through to the next round, and the second half again from Merewether today has been outstanding. 3-0 the score in the second half. 2-1 at halftime after Chris Fayers scored right on halftime through a free kick. One to watch back in the highlights is now for Ferguson. Him and Fayers, a little bit of miscommunication now for Wooten. Down the right-hand side. Runs towards the byline. Chipperfield dives in. Doesn't get the ball. Down and over the sideline. Throw down there for O'Sullivan. And we're going to have another change for Merewether. It's going to be Torrance and Davies who are about to go on. And Graham comes from the ground, and Jack Harden as well coming off, and Tom Davies goes on. O'Sullivan with the throw to Torrance towards the middle of the box. Chipperfield does well with the head. Now for Beasley with a shot. And it just trickles away towards McBride in goals. Frost over the top towards Torrance. Rock Torrance over the top to Ferguson. Controls well Gordon Ferguson. And free kick now. Here's one. Just 4 minutes to go here. Semi-final of the CHS knockout competition. Merewether with a 5-1 lead over Great Lakes. And Brendan Frost now with the free kick. Towards back post. Tom Sooters is up there, but it's gone over for a corner. It's come off the defence, and a corner on that far side again for Merewether. Dominating the corners count this afternoon. Faze again swinging it in, this time near post, but Stockwell does well to knock it away. Up now with Chipperfield. Handball against him, I believe, and it's going to be another free kick for Merewether. Frost and Faze. It's going to be Brendan Frost who's going to take this one. Great Lakes with another change. So Stockdale coming from the ground and Newman's going to come back on. Just 2.5 left this afternoon. So Merewether will go through to the final 16 in the state. Frost now chipping it over the top. Header away. Sits back up for Davies with the shot. It's coming right off the side and over for another goal kick. The time ticks away here. Very limited stoppages in the second half, so you'd expect we'd probably only have the 2 minutes remaining of regulation time. Frost gets up, wins the ball. Faze back to Templey. Still with Templey, turns nicely away from Chapman. And now for Davies. Sooters, Beasley, back to Templey. Just winding down the clock here, controlling possession, Merewether. Frost across to Ferguson, back to O'Sullivan. Turns it over and down the line now towards Gutherson for Great Lakes. Frost turns away from him, plays it to O'Sullivan. Down the line looking for Faze. Gets away from Chipperfield. It's going to run down over the goal line and another goal kick for McBride. Chipperfield now towards Richardson. Over towards Beasley and Sooters. Beasley again. Down to Davies. Still with Beasley, all the way back to Templey. It's the last 30 seconds here of regulation time at Adamstown Oval. Brendan Frost turning away. Now for O'Sullivan. Touch evades him and it runs back over the sideline. Throw for Great Lakes. O'Sullivan back. Faze. Now with Beasley. Over the top now with Davies. And referee blows full time. No stoppages in the second half at all. And it's Merewether who go through to the final 16 in the state with a 5-1 win over Great Lakes College here at Adamstown Oval today. A reminder, this weekend on Bar TV, we've got some FFA Cup action on Sunday, potentially. So stay tuned on Facebook and Twitter for that this weekend. So until next time, it's been great to have your company today. Merewether 5, Great Lakes College 1.
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
Real guys, real sport. Bar TV.